Welcome back, rankers. This is the last time this year you will see both of these modes on this face on this show. For those that I'm seeing in person over the next week, I apologise for the modes, but you've got no idea what I'm having to endure personally just by wearing these things. Very itchy. Thank you to everybody that sponsored the mode so far. Which brings me to my site review. Got a site review here from, he calls himself resellrights.biz. He's from Nova Scotia, Canada, and he is doing Movember this year for the first time. So, welcome, Mr. Resell Rights. I'm trying to find out what your real name is, but I'm not sure. So we'll go and have a look at the site. Okay, the site that he wants us to review has got something to do about, you guessed it, reselling rights. And this is about a site for reselling ebooks, so you can have the rights to an ebook and resell it and make profit off it and all these other things. I've never done any of that sort of stuff, like reselling other people's books, but apparently a lot of people do. So let's have a quick look at the site. Now, for the sake of the exercise, I'm going to assume that you want to rank for resell ebooks, because that's the first phrase in the page title. This brings me to my 6 secret ranking checks. Now, I was going to do a show on the top 5 reasons why I hate numbered lists, but I decided to do it on the six secret ranking checks, or the secret 6 ranking checks. And the reason I'm calling it secret is I just want to appear more interesting, basically. I know secret stuff. Anyway, look, this is not that secret. You can find out this information, but what most people don't do is actually follow these steps. If you follow these simple steps, you will be able to find out pretty quickly why your web page isn't ranking for a given term. So let's just take resell ebooks. Now, I should check to see exactly where or if this ranks. So we'll type in resell ebooks. Okay. So we've done that search and the results are he's not there on the front page anyway for pages from the web. Maybe you're there in Canada because you are a Canadian site. So we'll just, okay, we're at Google Calendar. We go resell ebooks. And still nothing there. Okay, so back to the site. Okay, the first thing you've got to look at is the keyword early in the title, in the page title itself. Well, yes, on this instance it is, but you'll also know that the phrase that we're really trying to rank here for, according to this page title, is resell ebooks with resale rights and private label rights. Now, if you Google that, you probably rank quite well for that, but then it's not a very searched after phrase or sentence, I would even say. So if we just take resell ebooks, you're not ranking for that on the front page, mainly because, well, it's early in the title, but you know, there's a lot of other words in it and it hasn't been separated with a pipe character, which you should do if you want to have different phrases you want to rank for in a given page. So, is the keyword early on the page? This is our number 5 secret ranking check. Is the keyword early on the page? Well, no. We've got private label rights here, we've got master resale rights here, we've got bargain deals, we've got free products, home, affiliate, PLR, MMR. So, and you haven't got it here, haven't got it here. So no, you haven't got the key phrase early on the page and you haven't got it in the heading of any description whatsoever. So that would be something to fix. Now, if you haven't got it on the top of the page because it's not that important, and what is more important is master resale rights or private label rights, then you should not have resell ebooks at the start of the page title. You should have private label rights or master resale rights at the start of the page title. So right up, you're sending a slightly confused message here to Google in that we're putting resell ebooks here at the start of the page title, telling Google that it's important for this page, yet we don't have that same phrase at the top of the page here. And from what I can tell, because you're doing these links here and these links here, that these phrases, 2 and 3rd phrase, are more important. So drop resell ebooks out and put a pipe in between that if that is the case. Is it easy for the bot? Well, let's have a look at the code. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't think of. Just try to keep things simple. Now this looks like a content management system of some description. It kind of looks a lot like Joomla, but I don't think it is. Let's have a look at the source. Okay, looking at way. Okay. Yeah. You see all this JavaScript at the top of the page. I don't know whether it's a content management system doing this for you or not, but you want to try to keep the code ratio down in the actual page itself so that the bot doesn't have to go through a lot of, or wade through a lot of code that it doesn't actually need to see. Just try to keep it simple. So if you can, I would take all this JavaScript out and stick it in an external file. So what's happening here is the Googlebot is going to see all these menus here before it sees this copy over here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just something you need to be aware of in case you have issues where Google's not finding that main piece of content. Okay, so make it a little bit easier for the bot. What's in the index? This is one that a lot of people don't check or don't know that they should be checking it, but it's really important. It's probably one of the most important checks that you can do to find out why you're not ranking for something. So what we'll do here is we'll go to Google. Now, at the end of my newsletter that goes out, I say as a PS, to see what Google sees, type site : yourwebaddress.com into Google. Now what I mean by that is I don't mean that you should type the words yourwebaddress.com into Google, like some people tell me and then feel quite silly after I've explained. No, what I mean is put your web address, whatever that might be, site : your web address. Then we have a look. Okay, Google is saying there's 2,500 results for this particular site. Now, if that's not enough or way too many, you've got a problem. So let's just say, for instance, you might be a small real estate site or a small catalogue site. You might have, I don't know, 20,000, 1,500 entries. Well, you shouldn't have a lot more in the index than what you have entries in your catalogue or your database. If you do, it suggests that you're probably doing duplicate content and you have duplicate content issues. So you'll have to go and have a look at this yourself to find out whether these are legitimate URLs or not. Certainly they look like it, and certainly all the descriptions seem unique from what I can see here anyway. So far that looks pretty good. And that is a really important check. And what you're looking for there is the number to be as close to how many pages you think you have as possible. If it is, you probably haven't got too many worries. And also sometimes you will see now, do you have any backlinks? Well, fortunately, the tool I use from Aaron Wall will go and have a look at Yahoo and tell me how many backlinks a website has. And that's an easy way of doing it. It's saying 1,280. So that's not bad. That's not a bad start. Using Webmaster Tools, you'll probably see a very different figure to that. And that isn't to say that one's right or wrong. It's just that usually now with Google Caffeine, you're getting a lot of, it's finding a lot of links far more quickly than, say, the Yahoo bot would. And to give you an idea of that, you may remember last week I showed you jimboot.com and how it had picked up 2,500 links this year. Well, in the last week, Google's found about another 1,000. So I don't know where they're from. I haven't investigated that yet and what they're worth. We're not sure. But you know, the thing is with links, as I've said before, you look at sites like amplifier.com, memo.sh is just another Twitter scraping site. And this one here is basically a scraping site. And so they're republishing my content once I publish it out onto Twitter. It goes into the ecosystem, if you like, and then it's gobbled up in a number of different ways. And if we have a look at that memo.sh, if you want to know what that site's about, well, I went and had a look at that this morning, and that's the result. But it was just another. I love this. I think it's quite funny. It was just another Twitter scraping site by the looks of it. So taking content from Twitter and then putting it in certain categories and tagging it and those sorts of things. So there's a lot of sites out there that do that. And if you're linking to a blog post on your own site and showing, because you want your followers to go and see it, then these sites are going to pick it up and give you a backlink back, if that makes sense. So that is it for today's show. They are your 6 secret ranking checks. Well, they're not so secret anymore because I've just told everybody. Do you have any backlinks? What's in the index? Is it easy for the bot to read your code? Is the keyword early on the page? Is the keyword early in the title? I know what you're saying. That's only 5, Jim. Well, yes, there is one more. Everything I've been talking about today is about we're talking about an internal target page, even though I've been looking at the front page of Mr. Resell's site. I'm going to have to stop calling him that. But one of the main things you need to do to illustrate to Google that a particular page within your site is targeted towards something is put the keyword in the link to that page off the front page. So in this site's case, the left-hand menu, top of the left-hand menu, would be a good place to do it, like he has done also with the links in that opening intro on the page. But you know, private label rights, master resale rights, if they're the keywords, they're actually in a really good spot because they're at the top of the page and they're going to a targeted page. So that is it for today's show. There is your secret 6 ranking checks, which are no longer secret. Tell your friends. I know it sounds really basic, but it really is. The key is to make sure that you're following all these things through and you're doing all of them. Some people just do some of them, or they don't do the site index check and there's heaps of duplicate content in the index. Just really do these things and you'll rank. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye.